Welcome to my channel. My name is Sam Spataro. If you don't already know, please hit the subscribe button so I can welcome you here into this community where I do videos where I teach people how to retrain the villain in you, the villain in us all, and fuel it and turn it into a superpower. Just like all the superheroes that live life normally, day by day, like each and every one of us. But when there's a crisis, and when we are faced with uncertainty, the superhero never second guesses transforming. And that's what I'm going to help you do. All right, so your kid has some sniffles, a little bit of a sore throat, and the school or daycare notified you that they need to go get tests before they're allowed back. All right, so I'm going to create some sanity for you in this whole process where you can actually take your power back, which is focusing on what you are able to control. And so I've got 3 kids, and my very first born was our daughter. And for the first 2-3 years, she's had some health complications that we weren't really sure what exactly was going on. And so she went to hospitals numerous of times and countless tests with getting needles. And she was not someone who sat there peacefully. She was a squirmer, a fighter. I can remember holding her and embracing her, trying to stop her from moving. Because what I'm about to share with you will transform your experience from here on in when it comes to health and anxiety. And so some key things that we did and that I learned along the way are 3 of the following things. The very first thing that I want you to do, and that I started to do, was change your physiology, change their physiology. Get really in tune about the things that kind of gets them out of the dumps and in a slump and into a place where they start to feel good, a little bit more empowered and happy, and they can kind of shift their energy. Now that might be music, that might be drawing, that might be them playing a game on their phone, whatever it is. Change their physiology by basically working with them, by giving them tools and things that will set the tone for a better experience and get your mind and their mind off of what is about to happen. The second thing that you want to do is find a way to connect. And what I mean by that is create a conversation where they can feel like you can relate to what they're about to experience. Talk about a time when you were a child that you can remember, where it's very relatable to what they're about to go through and how you felt. It would help them to get the feeling of commonality, which all human beings need, and it will help to ease themselves and their nervous system. So that way they can feel present and feel really connected. They might even ask you some silly questions about it and just go along with it and try to then focus on, by getting them to focus on, by you saying how it ended, which is everything was perfectly fine. There was nothing to fear and worry about, but the buildup created a lot of tension. And so that's what I want you to do. I want you to take the time to connect. So there's a 3S: feel, felt, and found. Connect with them by sharing the story with them so that you can relate to them and tell them you know how they feel. And then you can tell them how you felt about your experience and how you're feeling about what's going on right now. But then tell them what you found every time you had an experience when it came to health anxiety and what actually ended up happening. It was so much better than a lot of the times the stories that our minds create. And the third thing, and one of the most important things I want you to do, is this: create a goal system. Our kids a few years ago all got needles, and my wife and I, before they went, we coached them on this. We talked about how cool and exciting it is. We talked about how we are so lucky to be in an environment where we have doctors that keep us safe and healthy and help us to have the greatest of lives. But then what we did is we said, if you come out of this, not that you're not going to be afraid or shed a tear, but try to be as brave as possible. Try to embrace and turn it into an adventure. Try to find a way to make it a lot better than what it appears. And there will be a massive reward waiting for you in the end. You don't tell them that they shouldn't cry and they shouldn't be afraid. That is complete crap. What you want to do is really set the tone for something that is realistic. And trust me, this works. We did it with our kids. I even told them while they were about to get the needle to ask the doctor for an even bigger needle, the biggest one he has. When you can bring excitement, joy, and fun into an environment or an experience where there's a lot of anxiety, you will kill the switch. Because finally your brain will go, okay, clearly there is nothing to fear. I've been down this road so many times before and I've been fine. And you will be fine too, and so will your kids. Please hit that like button if you like the video. Give it a share. I could use your support to build this, as I am new, as you can tell, to this YouTube platform. As my goal, my vision is to be the biggest mental health advocate on the planet. And I need your help to do that. And if you are going to dream today, guys, no matter what you are about to experience, make sure that you decide to dream big.